would throw here. Stands back near his own end zone. Fires it out, and Gorkuber's got it. He's out past the 30, 40, midfield, down to the 40. He could go all the way. Oh, my goodness. Played here by Eisel. Demetto Zempo, back row attack by Toole.
There it is.
There it is. Hadley Toole gets the 25th kill of the night for her. For Alexandria, sends it right on a line, a header and a goal! And here's a rollout. Now Thompson's gonna fire right side. Mason Gorkuber's got it. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Alex. The face-off and work the puck back into the outer's end. Thorson trying to bring it out front. Now here's a shot and a score! Now another rebound, that gets blocked. Breakout pass, Thornburg up the right side. He's got room, takes the shot, save made. For a forward 1.5 somersault Pike. He's up high on the... Well, it looked to be fairly solid there.
This move, that bail as a release move, is a difficult move that they want to see as one of the required skills to her Giants.
Yep, and now off and pretty a fall here for Ty Larson.
Right, he's worked this into a headlock.
Yep, pretty tight hold
there
here.
it
There
is.
you go. Oh, but Talon Witt on the weak side gets the rebound off the Grady Starzl miss. Now driving is Talon at 47-30. Under 11 minutes to go, and now a steal for Roderick to Hagstrom. Samson Hagstrom drives, and then three-point shots, and the Otters trail by just 3 at 14-11. Here's Alexandria's Ali Habala curling into the lane, sends it into the left corner where Toole is open and chills the front court. Here's Habala out top, now driving, feeding off to Helsher on the left wing. Bingo!
Good evening. Lars Larson's been rung up this evening on KXRA.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Be gone! Put it on the board! Yes!
So that we may bring you Alexandria Cardinal baseball coverage. It's all in the cards this evening at Knute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. Alexandria will host Willmar as Alexandria celebrates its seniors that are part of the class of 2025. The Cardinal team that calls Douglas County its home reached double figures in wins this spring with a 3-1 triumph at Hutchinson last Friday. Alexandria will try to gain their regular season sweep against the Cardinals from Willmar High School. This contest kicks off a 3-game week for Alexandria against rivals they may later face in the Section 8 AAA tournament, which is set to begin in 2 weeks. On the call this evening, we've got JP, the Big Bopper Boleen.
Hello, baby.
He'll be handling the analysis on the radio broadcast, plus operating the camera for the live video stream on our YouTube channel. Joining him this evening at Knute, it's your boy, KXRA Sports Director, D-Mac, Dave McClure.
Wings up.
We've got more bird-on-bird crime with the Cardinals, versus the Cardinals, and prep baseball. Stay tuned for the Jutner Motors pregame show. Next.
Wings up. Wings up.
It's a privilege to be joining you tonight for prep baseball from Knute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. Alexandria versus Willmar in the second and final regular season meeting between these teams. Welcome to our Jutner Motors pregame show on People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, and 105.7 FM. Audio through the Voice of Alexandria app. Live video with the KXRA. I am D-Mac Dave McClurg, JP Boleen graduate from the Alexandria area high school class of 2018. Now a full-time teammate of mine at Leighton Media Alexandria, is on board tonight doing the video work and the color commentary as well. JP, good evening to you. This is exciting to be in the new digs here at the Knute Nelson Ballpark, the Cardinal Athletic Foundation press box right along the first baseline on top of the visitors' dugout.
Yeah, it's not too often that you get to sit and watch a high school baseball game in an air-conditioned room. And we're windows apart here, too. I'm looking at you through a window here. We're in different little sections here in the press box. A beautiful facility here. It already was beautiful here at Knute Nelson Ballpark. And it just, they keep making really, really good improvements. And you got a scoreboard, you got PA, you get to hear Michael Wright if you come in and enjoy the game in person. And just a really perfect night for baseball here.
And we look forward to bringing you the call. We were initially thinking it would be about 6:30, but the junior varsity game wrapped up in a real timely fashion in a little more than an hour. So the varsity game will be starting around 6:15. Alexandria is presently 10-4. Willmar is 3-10. One of the Alexandria Cardinal victories was at Willmar. In fact, that was the first Alexandria victory in 2025. Steve D is our KXRA studio engineer. Thanks to all of the boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports programming bringing you our broadcast tonight. We're inside the Cardinal Athletic Foundation press box, looking over Arnie Backus, Glenwood State Bank Field here at Knute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. Following our first break during the Juttner Motors pregame show, we'll feature a good portion of our conversation with Alexandria Cardinal baseball coach Jake Munch after this timeout. Memorial Park in Alexandria with more of our Juttner Motors pregame show. Dave McClurg joined right now by the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinal baseball team, Jake Munch. Tonight, his Cardinals are hosting another group of Cardinals. It's the second of the two regular season meetings between Willmar and Alexandria. Jake, I know your team carries a 10-4 record into tonight's game. I believe victories 9 and 10 came right at the end of last week, getting a conference win against Sauk Rapids Rice, and then, in my opinion, a very important win against Hutchinson on Friday. Hutch is a common opponent in Section 8 AAA, but how did you feel about the way your guys were able to get the job done down there?
Yeah, Hutchinson's a very quality baseball team, and that's definitely a date that you look at on your schedule and know it's going to be a doozy. they came in here last year and gave it to us at on our field and came away with the win, which has huge implications when you only play a team one time when it comes to the head-to-head matchup for section seeding. And we went down there and we played very well. Sam Anderson set the tone, struck out I think 13 batters, and then Parker Converse coming in and finishing the job there. Executed small ball very well, got a couple timely hits, just overall played really, really good baseball. You know, to finish the week, 2 wins out of the 3 games that we played. We always tried to win weeks and didn't let losses get in our way, and we just continue to play what I consider very solid high school baseball, and I've been very proud of that, and hopefully it continues here down the home stretch.
With what you saw at Bob Cross Park in Sauk Rapids on Thursday, now there you're facing a team that you won't play in the playoffs. Sauk Rapids and Alexandria go their separate ways, but obviously getting 11 runs was pretty good. But how did you feel about the way your guys reacted after the loss to Sartell?
Yeah, I mean, we always talk about a short memory, you know, and that's one of the nice things about baseball is you have to flip the page really quick and turn and move on. And what we don't want to do is we don't want to beat ourselves. So like when we faced that Sartell team on Tuesday, they're an extremely good baseball team, and we didn't do many things wrong at all. They just flat out beat us, and that's okay to feel good about that. But you got to remember that it's one game, and you got to move on to the next one because that's the most important one. And I think the mentality of the guys have been very good on that, and there's just been such a relaxed atmosphere of the way the kids have approached their business over the last couple of games here, which I've really enjoyed. They just seem really loose and just letting their athletic ability play, and we're executing. We haven't had very many errors. Our pitching staff has limited walks, and we've been getting timely hits, and those 3 facets are obviously really important in baseball. But it's nice to see the work that the kids put into practice come into fruition once we get on the field, and been very proud of that. It's been fun to watch as a coaching staff.
You know, interesting, Jake. I know you emailed me some stats ahead of the broadcast today, and I thought it was pretty neat. Your team has 7 successful sacrifice bunts this year, and I think if we follow Major League Baseball, the idea of using a sacrifice bunt has really gone away, you know, because teams are playing for, you know, more offense with one swing of the bat and everything like that. But is that a sign that your guys are executing some of those fundamentals that, you know, move base runners up so that you have a better chance of bringing them around?
Yeah, we spend a tremendous amount of time on simple fundamentals, especially bunting and also base running. You know, the way that we approach bunting is we counter what we do defensively, offensively when it comes to bunting. So for example, if there's a runner on first base and we're offensively bunting the ball, we know that third baseman is going to charge, so we're obviously bunting the ball to first base, and then we counter that by how we work on it defensively. If you're a third baseman, you should be expecting to get the ball if there's runners on second and third, because that's where they want to bunt the ball, right? But I think putting pressure on defense is a really important part of this game, forcing them to make a play and just playing the statistics and strategy of how to form runs, right? And between sacrifice bunts, suicide squeezes, and sac flies, our team has done a phenomenal job of that and executed them on a regular basis. And another example of what we work really hard on in practice, and anybody in the lineup, if the situation calls for it, we're going to bunt. Whether you're a 1-hitter, 4-hitter, 9-hitter, if we can move a base runner, the confidence in that next player to get the job done is really high. And we just want to set our team up for the best statistical advantage to get a run per inning. And if we can score 7 runs a game, we're going to be more than likely going to win.
We are visiting right now with the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinal baseball team, Jake Munch, prior to tonight's varsity matchup. It's Cardinals versus Cardinals at Canute Nelson Memorial Park, with Alexandria hosting Willmar. Willmar and Alexandria actually played each other about a month ago. It was maybe the first week of the season for the Alexandria Cardinals, but your guys got a nice win down at Willmar, I believe, on a Saturday afternoon. What do you recall about that first meeting?
What I recall about that is the night before us losing 2-0 to Cloquet for our first game of the season. And just another example of a quick memory, right? Again, we lost that opening game, which we didn't want to do, but we, again, played really good baseball. They just beat us. And then to turn around, forget about it, and go down to Willmar and score a whole bunch of runs and play good, it's just an example of the resiliency of this group from day one. And very proud, obviously, to come out of there with the win, feeling good about ourselves, and did a lot of things right, from pitching to hitting, and then obviously just executing what we needed to on the field. But we also know that one game's success and result doesn't dictate the next one, so Willmar's going to come in here, and we've had many battles with them across the year. This is our next most important game, and that's the way that we look at it, and we want the kids to play as if it's our last game if we don't win, and just have that mentality.
It's interesting, Jake, because that win down at Willmar was the first of several road wins this year. I know your guys are hoping to get some mojo at Canute Nelson Park here, but I think your team's now 8-0 away from Alexandria. Were you surprised when you saw that number that, we keep racking up the wins when we're the visiting team?
I mean, there are a lot of things that I pay attention to when it comes to like a statistical standpoint and analytical part of baseball. But I did not know that until I was driving to the bus to go to Hutchinson and heard your broadcast and said that we had not lost on the road yet that year or this year. And I was not aware of that until then. So in the back of my mind, when we were down in Hutchinson, if we would have lost that game, it would have been your fault for saying that. But no, going on the road is tough. And last week, I think everybody was exhausted by just the amount of travel that we had to do. And, that's not going to get any better moving into next week. But it's grueling on the players, right? They're managing not only playing baseball practice, they're going to school, they're working out, they're lifting, and then try to put all that together and expect them to perform is a big question or a big task for them to do. But it just goes to show that they're playing well, they're into it, and they want to win. And I'm very proud of that.
Tonight's an opportunity to recognize the Alexandria student athletes that are part of the class of 2025. So senior night's an opportunity to salute them and, have the crowd thank them for their efforts and everything. But are there certain unique characteristics about the class of 2025? I know a player like Boone Branson, 3 years on the varsity level. I think Sam Anderson, similar credentials and everything. But what's special about this group?
Every year the group is different, and and every group has their pros and cons. But this group has been extremely special, and the way that they just gel together. You don't have to worry about any shenanigans happening. They support each other, and when you look at our roster that's on the field, we have everything from sophomores to seniors playing, and every player is supported, and every player wants them to do well, and that starts with senior leadership, right? And it's easy to sit here and on the outside think, well, that's something that you should be able to create, but really you can do as much as you want to promote a culture and what you want. It's up to the kids to execute that and instill that. And from going out to team dinners to getting together after games, just a really loose, in a good way, a fun group of kids. And I have the distinct privilege of coaching varsity baseball and also being able to coach my son's 9U team, which is the youngest level of baseball. And when you go down to that, and you see his group and all the kids that are there, there's 50, 60, 70 kids in that grade that are going to go through baseball their entire career in Alexandria. Well, the guys that we have left here tonight that we're going to honor, that's all that's left of that group, right? And that's a pretty special thing. And that's something that, as a baseball player myself and a coach can get a little bit emotional about just the fact that they've dedicated themselves to Cardinal baseball. We're very proud of it, and they're a big part of that. So they deserve to be honored, and we're very proud of them. And we know that all of them are going to be really successful as they take that jersey off and move into the next chapter of their life.
I don't necessarily want to single out people by design, but I greeted Zach Anderson before coming up to do the interview with you, and he's been kind of a mainstay in the Cardinal dugout for a number of years now. But how enjoyable is it to have Zach be with this team in the role that he has?
Yeah, you talk about commitment, right? And there's nobody more committed to Alexandria baseball than he has been, and he's a good reminder of the things that a lot of us take for granted, the ability to go out and play the game that we love. And it really makes us wonder, those times when we're tired and we really don't want to go to practice. And Zach is a reminder of the commitment that a mindset is, and just the overall positive attitude that he brings to the dugout every single day, the willingness to help. He is a tremendous leader, and that's what we really enjoyed about having him around, and is one of the reasons why we named him our first captain for this year. So, we don't take those things for granted as a coaching staff. The amount of things that he takes care of for us on the backside of it makes things go efficiently, and we're very proud of him. And he's another example of why this group is so special, right? And he's another person who's going to move on and be very successful in the next things that he does. And it's been a privilege and an honor to have him in our dugout.
Jake, before we wrap up the interview, I do want to ask you a question because you shared some info with me ahead of the interview recording here. our schedule for the remainder of the week is going to be altered just a little bit. I know we've been promoting about youth baseball night being on Thursday, but I think you've seen the weather forecast. The hot, dry weather is going to come to an end in about 24 hours or so. But what can you share with listeners in terms of the status of the Rocori game, and then looking ahead, to the, next week's already the final week of the regular season? Tough to believe.
Yeah. The only change is instead of playing Thursday, we're going to play tomorrow night, Wednesday here. So the game times are the same, with JV playing at 4 and varsity at 6. We're still doing all the youth baseball night activities. It is one of the best nights of the year. There's a great buzz in the crowd. There's a lot of people here. There's a lot of people who are interested in future players that are going to be part of the Cardinal baseball program that just bring a positive energy to the ballpark, and it's something we look forward to each night. And we're hoping that because we changed it to a sunny day tomorrow, that'll entice a lot more people to come instead of on a rainy day on Thursday. But thankful for the athletic department to make those changes, and Rocori for agreeing to it to allow that to happen. But it's a really special night. So the only thing different is it's being played tomorrow instead of Thursday.
Excellent. Jake, we appreciate the conversation before the game tonight. What a great evening to be at Canute Nelson Ballpark, and thank you for all of your efforts in all the upgrades that we've seen. JP Boleyn and I, along with Michael Wright and Gideon Hartzell and many others, are enjoying the spoils of some of these new features at Canute. But thanks so much.
Yeah, it's been an honor, and we're very proud of what we've done here, and glad you get to sit in an air-conditioned press box tonight, Dave.
Very good. There is the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinal baseball team, Jake Munch. Our special guest is part of our Jutner Motors pregame show.
And we will quickly let you know about the starting lineups and batting orders for the teams. First of all, Alexandria will have Griffin Willmar on the hill. Willmar's batting order will have shortstop Jordan Ellingson leading off. First baseman Alex Hoppe batting second. Aiden Paulson, the second baseman, hits third. Pitcher Tyler Madsen for Willmar is in the cleanup spot. He'll be followed by the catcher Braden Fagerly. Center fielder Hutchinson Schoberg will bat number 6 for the Willmar Cardinals. He'll be followed by the left fielder Gavin Banks. Third baseman Reese Christensen hits 8th, and Blake Ryman is in right field, and he'll bat 9th for Willmar. The Alexandria batting order that will face Tyler Madsen tonight will lead off with third baseman Jackson Waltzing. Landon Guest Norling, the left fielder, will bat second. He'll be followed by the shortstop Brody Adelman. The cleanup batter for the Alexandria Cardinals, one of the seniors who just got recognized, center fielder Sam Anderson. First baseman Evan Zabel will bat 5th. He'll be followed by the designated hitter Parker Converse, DHing this evening for the right fielder Carson Holte. Batting 7th is the catcher Nolan Johnson. Hitting 8th is the second baseman Lawton Kettleson. And rounding out Alexandria's batting order tonight is the starting pitcher Griffin Willmar. Again, those are the batting orders to wrap up our pregame show, brought to you by Jutner Motors in Alexandria. Now these words from our Cardinal Sports Booster.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new unused equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best. Piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Cenex Midtown Express has fresh made pizza, lunch and breakfast sandwiches, and broaster chicken, live bait, propane, and diesel fuel. Cenex Garfield has groceries, bait, and tackle, and made to order pizza. Cenex Midtown Express, Alexandria, and Cenex Garfield.
A successful win isn't about the score, it's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks. Custom wood creations. Designed for beauty, built for life.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Welcome to the spirit of Lake Town hospitality. Welcome to D. Mike's Resort Bar and Grill. From legacy locals, seasonal visitors, to traveling teams, you are our community. Come share in our rustic flavors, modern flair, and authentic roots. Legacy inspired, community infused.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Arnie Backus, Glenwood State Bank Field, inside Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. Cardinal Baseball is on the air as you watch it on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube and listen to it on People Radio, KXRA, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM. Audio also available through the Voice of Alexandria app. If you do want to access our live feed on YouTube tonight, just go to our website, voiceofalexandria.com. You can get the live broadcast with the video and the KXRA play-by-play included. You can also go to that spot and get archived broadcasts from the winter sports season earlier this spring and even the fall sports season as well. And it has been a very memorable school year for Alexandria Cardinal activities really all across the board. My name is Dave McClurg. J.P. Boleen is along with me for the coverage tonight from Canute Nelson Memorial Park, and Steve D is less than a mile away, the man at Master Control at KXRA in downtown Alexandria, helping to punch all the right buttons to make sure that we are on the air tonight. As you do watch on YouTube, the Willmar Cardinals will be wearing the red jersey tops with the white numerals on the back of the uniform and the word Willmar on the front of the jersey, white pants. Alexandria wearing the black jerseys with the word Alex on the front and the numerals on the front, larger numerals on the back of the uniform, and the white pants to go along with the black jersey top. Jordan Ellingson steps in and takes the first pitch out of the strike zone from Griffin Wimmer for ball 1. The next one catches the outside corner for a strike, and we're even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, Griffin Wimmer getting a start here today for Alexandria, getting his, I believe his first start here on the season. Does have a couple of innings under his belt, but I believe it is his first start this year.
Now we've got a ball hit to the right side, and it's going to be a base hit. So Jordan Ellingson goes the opposite way and gets on base for the Willmar Cardinals. We get our game underway at 24 minutes after 6 o'clock. Sunshine and 88 is our temperature. That's the outdoor temperature, much more comforting in the Cardinal Athletic Foundation press box here at Canute Nelson Memorial Park. That's because we've got air conditioning. And yes, Steve D., that is true, what J.P. Boleen said at the outset, and Jake Munch confirmed during our Jutner Motors pregame show there is air conditioning, rather than using nature's air conditioning. Alex Hoppe steps in now. First pitch is a ball, and then Wimmer snaps the throw over to first. Evan Zabel is the first baseman for Alexandria. Lawton Kettleson is at second. Brody Adelman is the shortstop, and Jackson Waltzing is at third. We'll get the outfield defense for you as we get a little bit deeper here into the top of the first inning. Now we've got a pitch that's skied in the air down the right field line, and that is going to drop in play, and it's going to end up being a base hit for Alex Hoppe. So a couple of Alexandria Cardinal defenders were giving chase there, but it fell fair, and Willmar has a threat going, 2 on and nobody out.
Yeah, Willmar, I mean, they're coming off of quite the losing streak right now. 5 games in the losing streak. They haven't won since April 24th. So if there was a way that they were wanting to start this game, this would be it, getting the first 2 on. And you just got to take advantage of any chance, any life you get on the bases.
First offering to Aiden Paulson is in for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Doing the catching tonight for Alexandria, Nolan Johnson. Your outfield defense has Landon Gass-Norling in left field, Sam Anderson in center, and the right fielder is Carson Holte. 1 strike here to Paulson. Wimmer sends another strike over as Paulson choked up as if he might try to bunt, and he took it for strike 2. So nothing into the count. One would estimate that the bunt signal from Coach Tom DeBoer down the third base coaching area would be off now for Aiden Paulson. And he's going to hit one, and now it's going to be thrown wide of third, and it's going to go down the left field line. And everybody's going to move 2 bases up. It's going to be a fielder's choice grounder and then a throwing error, which allows the runners to advance the extra base. So Jordan Ellingson's going to come around to score the first run of the game. Alex Hoppe makes it over to third base, and the batter Paulson is now at second.
Yeah, just those kind of errors that you just can't take. I know you're playing a team who's well under 500. Well, you're sitting at 10-3 and 10-4 in the season. You just cannot be taking those mistakes.
Now pitcher Tyler Madsen tries to lay down a bunt, and it came almost up to chest level, and he bunted it foul, and it's 1 strike. So that will be a throwing error, allowing Paulson to reach. And now you've got runners at second and third, still nobody out. Just underway on Alexandria Baseball Senior Night. Willmar trying to work out of a pickle here in the first inning, and he takes a little too much time on the hill as the batter Madsen requests time and is granted the timeout.
Maybe the best part of this new, it's a swing and a miss there, but the best part of this new dugouts are right on top of the visitors' dugout, and we can hear a whole lot being said underneath us.
Yes, the Willmar Cardinal players down below us are very lively right now, and I'm sure Coach DeBoer, the head coach of the Willmar Cardinals, very happy to hear that. Of course, his team has jumped on top early. 2 strikes now to Tyler Madsen. Next pitch is a little bit upstairs, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Alexandria playing third baseman Jackson Waltzing about even with the third base bag. Evan Zabel about even with the first base bag. Middle infielders back at normal depth. Here's a swing and a foul ball, and it's still 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tyler Madsen.
Yeah, just got to get one out here, even if it does score a run. This is an Alexandria team that they can get runs. I think they can, you know, when you're in a pickle like this, you can surrender 1 or 2 just to get that first out.
Griffin Willmar again delivers a pitch that's swung on and missed, and there's a strikeout of Tyler Madsen. 1 down here in the top of the first inning.
So we take a look at that at our quality real estate replay there. Just kind of fired it right by him.
So Madsen's out number 1. Still runners at second and third for the catcher, Braden Fagerly. First offering from Griffin Willmar is swung on and missed, and it's 1 strike.
Got to hope that that strikeout just kind of, you know, got his feel back in the hand and maybe getting a little rhythm right now.
1 strike here to the Willmar Cardinals catcher, Braden Fagerly. Next pitch, a little bit low and in. And the count is 1-1. If you were listening earlier during our Jartner Motors pregame show earlier in the 6 o'clock hour, Coach Munch mentioned toward the end of the interview that the youth baseball night with Ricori moved ahead 24 hours. Unfortunately, that's going to affect our broadcast schedule. I've got other commitments tomorrow evening, so I will not be here at Canute Nelson Ballpark. But the game, JV and varsity with Ricori and Alexandria, those will be played tomorrow night due to the anticipated rainfall on Thursday. Count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes, and then Willmar has a pitch skim near home plate, and it goes to the backstop. A wild pitch is going to bring in Alex Hoppe with Willmar's second run, and the visiting Cardinals have a 2-0 lead. So now a runner at third, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Willmar is still working out of the stretch. Next pitch is upstairs, and that fills the count out at 3-2.
Yeah, just a good patient at bat here from Fagerly for the Willmar Cardinals. Just got to get one down the strike zone here.
So now we've got a payoff to Fagerly from Willmar, and it's low and in for ball 4. So Fagerly will draw a walk. Let's see if Coach DeBoer is going to bring in a courtesy runner here. Meanwhile, Chris Kapp, the assistant coach, pitching coach for the Alexandria Cardinals, is going to come out. Catcher Nolan Johnson will be involved in the conversation as well. And at this point, we have not seen Fagerly. Now we're going to have that courtesy runner come in. It will be Conlon Carlson in to run for Fagerly at first base. Of course, the Carlson name, if you follow Willmar High School sports, synonymous with excellent wrestling. They've had a number of Carlsons that have been state wrestling champions representing the Willmar Cardinals over the years. And Conlon Carlson was part of Willmar's wrestling team that darn near got back to the state class AAA tournament this winter. The Willmar Cardinals got stopped by Bemidji in the section final. So Conlon Carlson becomes the base runner at first. Conference at the pitcher's mound is now complete. Again, 1 out, top of the first inning. The visiting Willmar Cardinals have 2 runs in to grab the early lead at Alexandria. And here's center fielder Hudson Schoberg at the plate. Willmar continues to work out of the stretch, so he gets the direct look over at Conlon Carlson at first base. First offering on the way. It's a squeeze play, and it's missed. Trailing base runner, Conlon Carlson's going to go to second. Schoberg offered at the pitch, so it's strike 1. Stolen base for Carlson will move him into scoring position.
And a really good play there behind the plate by Nolan Johnson just to keep that one. That's got to be a hard thing to focus on. The ball with a bunt is also being attempted.
Now we've got an off-speed pitch that stays upstairs. So the count is 1-1. So Willmar looking to tack on to an early advantage at Arnie Backus Glenwood State Bank Field inside Canute Nelson Memorial Park. Just underway in the first inning. Here's a pitch inside, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. When Willmar hosted Alexandria back in the early part of April, the visiting Cardinals were winners down there, 15-3. Here a different start with the visiting Willmar Cardinals getting on top. Now a ball gets caught on and missed. And the count to Schoberg is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Willmar has used a couple of singles, a batter reaching on an error, and a walk, along with a wild pitch to manufacture 2 runs.
Yeah, it's just been, those errors and those mistakes from Alexandria early here. But, I mean, it's the first inning against a team who struggled a lot this year, lost 5 in a row, and that you beat pretty good. You knew they were going to come in here motivated, while Alexandria may have took them just a little easy here.
Yeah, I think the Alexandria Cardinals, they know that this is a big week, with Willmar here tonight. Recording now for a Wednesday night game, and at the moment, Little Falls is scheduled to come in on Friday night. A couple of pitches fouled off at the plate by Schoberg, so the count to him is riding along at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Youth Baseball Night will be celebrated tomorrow here at Canute Nelson Ballpark. JV at 4 p.m. Varsity will follow shortly after 6 p.m. No media coverage tomorrow evening because of the change in the game date. Here's a fastball cut on and missed, and Hudson Schoberg is down on strikes for the second out of the first inning.
I think that's what you call high cheese right there. That was just a really hard-thrown ball. Maybe took a little frustration out of that one, but it was high out of the zone, and those are the easy ones to chase. They're very tempting.
So 2 gone now for Gavin Banks, the number 7 hitter in the order, and it looks like Griffin Wimmer, maybe he's caught a second wind here because he pounds another fastball that's cut on and missed, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, it's very evident he's a hard-throwing lefty.
Next pitch is off the glove of Nolan Johnson, but he knocks it down right at the plate. And the count is 1-1. On the bases for Willmar, Aiden Paulson is at third. Courtesy runner Conlon Carlson is on at second. Willmar with a 2-run lead. Now we've got a pitch beaten foul left side. Nice room service hop to the Head coach of the Willmar Cardinals, good guy, Tom DeBoer. He's been coaching the Willmar High School program for a number of seasons. 1-2 to Gavin Banks. Griffin Willmar trying to work out of further trouble here in the top of the first inning. Next pitch, beaten to the left side. Third baseman Jackson Waltzing makes the play. Throw over to first, dug out by the first baseman Evan Zabel, and that is all for Willmar in the top of the first inning. But the visitors do strike. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 Alexandria Cardinal error. 2 runners left on, both in scoring position. Through 1/2 inning, on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in varsity baseball, the Willmar Cardinals have 2. The Alexandria Cardinals are coming to bat.
It's the right time for a getaway. It's the right time for a getaway. Let's get away.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
On the field, a lot of people know me as number 11. Off the field, I appreciate how First Western Bank and Trust bankers take the time to learn about me and never treat me as just a number. You too can bank where you'll never be just an account number.
Tyler Madsen is taking his tune-up tosses for the Willmar Cardinals. Right-hander for Willmar. He is a junior. And he'll face Jackson Waltzing, Landon Guest-Norling, and Brody Adelman here in the bottom of the first inning. By the way, the top of the first, Willmar scored twice. Both of those runs will be unearned against Alexandria starting left-hander Griffin Willmar. So Waltzing will lead things off, and he is among the team leader in a number of offensive categories. That can tend to happen when you're at the top of the batting order.
Yeah, and our last broadcast in the first game of the doubleheader led off the game with a home run.
Yep, and now he swings and hits one foul right side, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Waltzing, a left-handed batter. Alexandria can come with some lefties in the lineup. The next batter, Landon Guest-Norling, also bats left. 1-1 the count to Jackson Waltzing.
Alexandria's got some work to do here. It'd be very important just to get Waltzing on base here at the least.
Yeah, he leads the team in hits with 19. His average is at .358 coming in. 17 of the 19 hits are singles, and then the 1 home run was during one of our broadcasts on the Leighton Media on the YouTube channel and also on KXRA back on May 2nd. Takes a strike here, then the next pitch, a half swing, and he committed, and that's going to be strike 3. So Waltzing is down, and there's 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. And up steps to the plate, Landon Guest-Norling.
Yeah, Guest-Norling, he's played all 14 games for Alexandria this year. He's got 6 RBIs. He does have a home run on the year.
Yeah, and ironically, I believe that was in one of our broadcasts back on May 2nd up at Washington Park in Detroit Lakes. First pitch is a ball, then one gets laced to the right side foul. 1-1 the count. Willmar's up by a pair. We play the bottom of the first inning on a sunny, warm, summer-like evening here at Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. I'm D-Mac Dave McClurg. J.P. Boleen is doing the commentary tonight. Double duty once again. Here's a soft liner left side. It'll be fielded by the shortstop. Quick throw to first is good for the out. That was well done there by Jordan Ellingson, the Willmar shortstop. He knew that Landon Guest-Norling got out of the box very quickly there, so he had to rush that throw, but he got it on target, and there are 2 away.
Yeah, well swung there, but just a really good defensive play from Willmar. Alexandria you just got to get one on base here, and you got the right guy to do it. Brody Adelman steps in with a .318 batting average on the year.
And he is among the Iron Men on the team for Alexandria. A handful of players came into tonight with participation in each of the 14 games this year. So Brody Adelman has still had perfect attendance. 15 games on the schedule, 15 played. Takes a couple of pitches out of the strike zone, then the next one is in for a strike, and it's 2-1. The windup by Madsen. Next pitch, a breaking ball, a little bit off the plate, and it's 3-1. Madsen has been able to record outs for the first two batters. Needs to come back here. And now we've got a swing, and this one's going to be hit out into left field, and that's going to find some turf, and a big turnaround first by Brody Adelman. He's on board with a 2-out single for Alexandria.
Yeah, it's a great swing right there from Adelman. Thought about two there. I don't know if there was it's kind of difficult for us to see the outfield with their son, but it looked like there was a little bit of a scramble there at center field, but good way to get on, and now with the right-handed pitcher, you've got a left-handed power swinger here with Sam Anderson, who's been one of the best hitters here for the Cardinals this year.
Yeah, 346 is his average coming in. And he takes upstairs. It's 1 ball and no strikes. And of course, he's got a bit of a power stroke himself. Third left-handed bat in the lineup for Alexandria. He takes on the inside corner for a strike. And that evens things out at 1-1. Well, we're guaranteed not to see a no-hitter. It seems like no-hitters evade me, whether I'm watching or broadcasting a game. Here's a snap throw over to first by Madsen, and back in safely is the base runner, Brody Adelman. I do recall about 18 years ago, I was broadcasting a prep baseball game up in Long Prairie where a Minnewaska player did throw a 7-inning no-hitter.
Oh, wow.
So, ironically, the young man's name is John Hoffman. I think he's now an instructor in the Brainerd Public School system. And earlier, when I was working down in Pope County, I had the opportunity to watch his older sister, Heidi, who is now, I believe, Heidi Green. She threw a no-hitter that I was able to do a radio broadcast for.
Oh, wow.
So I guess the Hoffman family kind of liked it when I showed up. 2-2 the count here to Sam Anderson as Tyler Madsen sends another throw back to first base.
Yeah, Madsen clearly aware of Brody Adelman's 3 stolen bases. He's also 3 for 3 on the season, too.
Out of the stretch, next pitch is swung on and missed, and Sam Anderson is down on strikes. Tyler Madsen records a pair of Ks in the bottom of the first inning and gets out of it unscathed. No runs on a hit, 1 runner left on, and through 1 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in varsity baseball. It's Willmar 2, Alexandria no score.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
North Central International. Heavy-duty truck service on long haulers, dump trucks, buses, and specialized heavy-duty rigs. Medium and heavy-duty parts and accessories for all makes of trucks. Just south of I-94 and Highway 29 South in Alexandria.
Pomp's Tire Service has solutions for tired tires. Whatever your tire choice, make Pomp's your choice. Brakes, wheel alignments, factory maintenance, shocks, and struts. Pomp's has your service needs covered. Pomp's, we know tires and service. You should know Pomp's.
Along with J.P. Boleen, this is D-Mac Dave McClurg. Steve D is our KXRA radio studio engineer back at Master Control. We appreciate you joining us via the radio. Maybe you're listening on the Voice of Alexandria app, or maybe you're watching our broadcast tonight. Welcome aboard, regardless of your method of consuming tonight's game broadcast. Our live video includes the video streaming and the KXRA play-by-play. Reese Christensen leads off the second inning and swings at a belt-high fastball. It's 1 strike.
It's clear that Willmar's best pitch is that high fastball. I mean, Willmar's been whiffing at that here, even with their success in the first inning.
Next offering is beaten foul, and it's quickly 2 strikes. Reese Christensen will be followed by Blake Ryman, the number 9 hitter in Willmar's lineup, and then we'll go back to the top of the order for Jordan Ellingson. With nobody on base, Griffin Willmar goes to the full windup and delivers just a bit upstairs, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. He was able to get consistently into the strike zone in the first inning, but he had to throw 30 pitches to get the 3 outs. Next offering is chopped left side of foul, and it will still be 1 ball, 2 strikes. I believe Willmar batters combined to foul off 3 2-strike pitches last inning, and of course, when you're fouling 2-strike pitches off, that extends plate appearances, but it also drives a pitcher's pitch count up. Next pitch, swing and a miss. That one tailing away, and Reese Christensen is down on strikes. Number 3 for Griffin Willmar in tonight's game.
Yeah, I mean, he's throwing hard right now. That certainly is not the issue, and he's really not throwing inaccurately. He has 1 wild pitch that scored a run, but it really was the error to third that caused the little bit of a rally in the first.
Now the batter is Blake Ryman, and he takes a strike. It's no balls and 1 strike. Ryman bats right, as do most of the players in the Willmar batting order tonight. Here's a pitch fouled off. Quickly goes to 0-2. So Griffin Willmar coming out, clean slate to start the second, and doing a nice job attacking the strike zone for Alexandria.
Yeah, they just got tricked on a couple of pitches as well and a couple of Ks, but
now the 2-strike pitch a little bit upstairs, almost in the same spot where he missed in the previous plate appearance by Reese Christensen, and then Christensen was able to foul a 2-strike pitch off before striking out. Here it's 1-2 to Blake Ryman, and the 4th pitch in the plate appearance is delivered now, and it's a swing and a miss. That one was tailing a little bit low to Ryman, and he comes up empty, and there's strikeout number 4 for Griffin Willmar tonight.
Yeah, good look there for Willmar, who's looking like he's gotten a little bit of a roll here. Now back up to the top of the order, where Ellingson did get a base hit.
Yeah, he swings at the first offering and fouls it off. Ellingson started the game with that hit to right field, eventually came around to score the first Willmar Cardinal run. It's Willmar 2, Alexandria no score here in the second inning. Griffin Willmar, the left-hander for Alexandria, winds up and delivers a pitch hit to the left side. Tough play for the shortstop Battleman, and the throw will be too late. So Ellingson will beat that throw over, and he's now 2 for 2 tonight.
And that's just pure speed and athleticism from Ellingson and Willmar, leadoff hitter here, as gets another base hit, but that one more of an infield base hit.
So that gives Alex Hoppe the chance to bat in the Willmar Cardinal second. The visitors up by a deuce. Willmar back to the stretch with the base runner on. First offering is on the inside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Now with Willmar being a left-handed thrower, might see a pickoff attempt here, depending on Ellingson's lead.
Yeah, short lead over there as Evan Zabel holds him on. Now we've got a bouncing ball back toward the mound, fielded by Willmar. Throw to first is good for the out. Hoppe is retired, and so are the Willmar Cardinals in the second. No runs, 1 hit, 1 base runner was left on through an inning and a half in Central Lakes Conference Varsity Baseball on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It's Willmar 2, Alexandria nothing.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit.
You've seen them, craved them. You've voted them the best. Their Smoke and Brews and Q's get their unreal smoked barbecue for catering, drop-offs, or events.
Hi, this is Schmitty from Smoke and Brews and Q's. Our obsession is the meat. Our passion is what makes it great.
Getting
in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
What's your number? I drove 60 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota. I drove 45 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join.
The weather is quite nice in the Great Plains states. Very warm throughout much of the state of Minnesota. Red flag warning continuing until we get to sundown tonight, and it would not surprise me if yet another red flag warning gets posted during the daylight hours tomorrow, and then cooler weather will be on the way. Evan Zabel leads off in the second inning and fouls one back. It's one strike. Zabel, Parker Converse, and Nolan Johnson are scheduled to bat for Alexandria in the bottom of the second, with the Willmar Cardinals leading the Alexandria Cardinals 2-0. Tyler Madsen winds up. Next pitch catches the outer part of the plate for a strike, and it goes to 0-2. 2 strikes the count to first baseman Evan Zabel. Next offering is swung on and missed, and Zabel is down on strikes. And at the outset, Tyler Madsen is doing a nice job attacking the strike zone himself. His ball-to-strike ratio may not be all that terrific, but he has struck out 3 of the first 5 batters. Now designated hitter Parker Converse will step in, and he swings and misses at the first offering. It's 0-1. Converse DHing here for the right fielder Carson Holte. Madsen's next pitch is hit to the right side, and the throw over to first is good for the out. So Parker Converse will ground out, and there are 2 gone here in inning number 2. So now Nolan Johnson will step up. He's doing the catching for Alexandria in this game. Boone Branson frequently has been a catcher for Alexandria this spring, but Nolan Johnson with the duties here. And he takes a curveball on the inner part of the plate for a strike. It's 0-1. Willmar in front by 2 runs as we play the bottom of the second. Here's a pitch that's hit out towards center field, and that's going to be in play. And Nolan Johnson's going to stroll into second. He'll get a 2-out double. So Nolan Johnson gave that a ride, and the center fielder Hudson Schoberg was going back, and he could not track it down. So Alexandria has a runner in scoring position for the first time. And that gives Lawton Kettleson the chance to bat for the Cardinals of Alexandria. And we're going to have Zach Iverson in to run at second for Nolan Johnson. So Iverson will be the runner at second. Again, you can use a courtesy runner for a pitcher or a catcher. First pitch to Kettleson is a little bit low and away, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Alexandria would like to get a 2-out knock here to get on the board. The host Cardinals trail the visiting Cardinals 2-0. Here's a bouncing ball in front of the plate. Catcher makes the play. Throw to first is good for the out. That will go Braden Fagerly to the first baseman, Alex Hoppe, on the 2-3 ground ball. And Alexandria's 2-out double does not create any offense after that. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. Through 2 in varsity baseball on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Willmar leads at Alexandria 2-0.
Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers for 30 years, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings, quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
It's the
Welcome to the spirit of Lake Town hospitality. Welcome to D. Mike's Resort Bar and Grill. From legacy locals, seasonal visitors, to traveling teams, you are our community. Come share in our rustic flavors, modern flair, and authentic roots. Legacy inspired, community infused.
And as we come back to our live broadcast on KXRA Radio, our last message there was from Alexandria Technical and Community College. Congratulations to the college graduates. Commencement is tomorrow at the Runestone Community Center. I believe that will be going on during the early afternoon. And again, hats off to all of the graduates from Alexandria Technical and Community College that will be participating in commencement on Wednesday. So if you're in the vicinity of the Runestone Community Center in Alexandria, a lot of traffic will be around the facility. Basically from after 11 o'clock tomorrow morning until the middle part of the afternoon. So that range between 11 and 3, 11 and 3:30. Lots of congestion around the RCC with the Alexandria Technical and Community College graduation tomorrow. But big congratulations to all of the legends who will be participating in commencement exercises on Wednesday at the Runestone Community Center. Here it's a 2-0 lead for Willmar. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 3 runners left on base. Alexandria, no runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and the host Cardinals have left 2 runners on board. Aiden Paulson will lead off the 3rd inning for Willmar, and he takes a pitch from Griffin Wimmer for a strike. And the count is 0-1.
Yeah, he got on in the 1st inning off of a fielder's choice that was actually turned into a throwing error as well.
Yep, and that did score Willmar's first run. In fact, Willmar scored 2 unearned runs in the top of the 1st inning, and neither came in on a batted ball for a hit. The 1 run scored on a throwing error that JP just mentioned, and the 2nd run came in on a wild pitch. Now the count works out to 2-1 to Aiden Paulson. He'll be followed by Tyler Madsen and Braden Fagerly. It's hitters 3, 4, and 5 in the Willmar Cardinals order. Wimmer now approaching 50 pitches thrown in tonight's game. Delivers up and away for ball 3. Griffin has walked 1 batter. He has recorded 4 strikeouts so far. This is the 12th overall batter that he has faced in the game. So he's gone through the lineup 1 full time. Now working through the top 3rd a 2nd time. 3-1 offering is in for a strike, and that will fill the count out at 3-2.
Good pitch there from Wimmer. Just throwing, I mean, his best pitch is his fastball. And when he's throwing that accurate, it's shown that it's hard for Willmar to hit.
And here is a pitch, and that's going to be put in play, and it's going to be fielded by the shortstop, Brody Adelman, but no throw will be made. It's going to allow Aiden Paulson to reach. And Willmar has a leadoff batter on base.
Yeah, just, that speed that Willmar's bringing right now, it's beating out some of those throws, but that was a difficult play.
So let's see if Tyler Madsen's called upon to bunt here, with a runner, Paulson, at first. He struck out swinging, did Madsen, in the 1st. He's already showing bunt, but he won't see a pitch yet from Wimmer, who throws over to 1st. Now, unlike what you see in Major League Baseball, there are no rules in terms of, how many engagements a pitcher can make off the pitcher's rubber. Here's a pitch that goes too high, and the Willmar Cardinals won't have to worry about trying to steal Aiden Paulson. He'll just advance to 2nd on a Wimmer wild pitch.
2nd one here of the game for Wimmer. I guess thankfully there's only somebody on 1st for Willmar instead of 3rd.
Yep, that first wild pitch did score Alex Hoppy. That made it a 2-0 game in the top of the 1st. We're in the 3rd inning right now. Madsen looks to bunt, and he takes upstairs, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. And Nolan Johnson having to get out of his catcher's crouch to get that one that seemed to be tailing away.
Yeah, not only did he have to, hop up really fast to snag that out of midair, but he also his momentum was going forward because of the bunt.
Next pitch is high, and all of a sudden it seems like Griffin Willmar is really struggling to find the strike zone. 3-0 here to Tyler Madsen. Willmar's up by a score of 2-0 as we play the third. A runner at second and nobody out. Here's a strike taken by Madsen, and it's 3-1. Madsen is choked up on the bat as if he might try to bunt. Let's see if he tries to do that. Nope, he's swinging away, and he swings right through a pitch and misses. That fills the count out at 3-2.
Yeah, let's see if he brains that high fastball here. You got to keep it in the zone, though, because Willmar, they're being a little patient right now.
And we'll have a payoff pitch here, and it's a little bit outside there. No, they do rule strike 3. I think the home plate umpire appealed to the base umpire on the swing, and they evidently the base umpire indicated that Tyler Madsen went too far around, so it is a swinging strikeout, and there's one away.
Yeah, they called that pretty late. We're going to have a discussion here with the coach of Willmar here, too, just going over what happened there.
That allows us to let you know that you're watching tonight's broadcast on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. You can access that through our website, voiceofalexandria.com. You are listening to coverage on People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, audio as well through the Voice of Alexandria app. We're coming your way from Arnie Backus, Glenwood State Bank Field, inside Knute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. I am DMAC Dave McClurg. JP Boleen is my broadcast partner. Right now, Willmar in varsity baseball leads at Alexandria 2-0. Braden Fagerly, the catcher for Willmar, takes the strike from Griffin Willmar, and it's 0-1.
Worked the count full in his last at bat in the first inning and actually got a walk.
Now we have a snap throw back to second as you had Lawton Kettleson coming over to take the throw, but the base runner, Aiden Paulson, back in. Yeah, the walk to Fagerly, the only free pass that Griffin Willmar has given up tonight. He now delivers a pitch that's fouled off, and it's quickly 0-2.
Willmar has not been able to get a whole lot of solid contact on Willmar here tonight. Just a lot of bouncing stuff and getting it through holes, and they've been able to take advantage of a couple of Alexandria mistakes, too.
2 strikes here to Braden Fagerly. He bats with 1 out and 1 on. Next pitch outside, and it's 1-2. Right now, the flag over center field, waving a bit gently. I would say still probably a breeze about 15 to 18 miles an hour right now. 1-2 to Fagerly as Griffin Willmar kicks and deals. Upstairs. And it's a count of 2-2. Willmar's had base runners in every inning. So far stranding 3, but scoring 2 in the top of the first. We're playing the top of the third now at Knute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. Here's the next pitch. Just a bit off the plate. It didn't miss by much. But it's ruled ball 3. So again, Braden Fagerly has worked the count full.
Yeah, I'm not too sure where that miss there, unless it was a little inside. But from this angle, looked pretty good.
Now a payoff pitch, half swing, and I think Fagerly went around. He'll be ruled out on strikes. So 2 gone here in the top of the third inning.
That's Willmar's 6th strikeout here tonight already. Here in the top of the third, too. So he's getting the outs, by the way, of the K, and a lot of them have been, actually, all of them have been swing and misses, too. So he's getting the whiffs. It's just every once in a while, Willmar's able to get a couple on base.
First offering to Hudson Schoberg is outside ball 1. Schoberg was the strikeout victim back in the opening inning. One of those 6 strikeouts mentioned by J.P. Boleen. Next offering is a little bit outside, and it's 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, that one just outside there. But it seems like Willmar will go through stretches And by stretches, I mean a couple of pitches where it seems like he's losing his control, and then he'll throw 5 straight strikes that Willmar can't hit.
Next offering is too far inside, and it's the 4th consecutive 3-ball count to a batter here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, and that's the bad news with that is the pitch count rises fastly when you pitch like this.
So 3-0 here to Schoberg. I'm guessing he'll be taking here. He does, and it's on the inside corner for a strike.
I don't know. Did he get you with that bunt attempt?
It looked like he might choke up, but I think that was just for show. So 3-1 the count. Griffin Willmar would like to come back and get a 3rd out here to keep it at a 2-run lead. And a swing and a miss here. So now we have our 4th consecutive 3-ball 2-strike count.
Yep.
And Aiden Paulson might not be wise to run until the ball gets put in play.
Yeah, with 1 out here. Willmar is they're doing a really good job for a team with record as a big strikeout there.
Yep, healthy cut but no contact, and Schoberg is down on strikes. So good work by Griffin Willmar to come back down 3-0 in the count to record a strikeout. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. We've completed 2.5 innings in Central Lakes Conference Baseball. Your numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It's Willmar 2, Alexandria no score.
Pomp's Tire Service has solutions for tired tires. Whatever your tire choice, make Pomp's your choice. Brakes, wheel alignments, factory maintenance, shocks, and struts. Pomp's has your service needs covered. Pomp's, we know tires and service. You should know Pomp's.
Precision Auto reminds you to plan for the inevitable, the change of weather and its impact on your vehicle. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust the precision of a pro. Precision Auto. On 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
What's your number?
I drove 113 miles.
And I drove 124 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Welcome back to Arnie Backus, Glenwood State Bank Field inside Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. DMAC and J.P. Boleen bringing you the broadcast. Griffin Willmar leads off the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Alexandria Cardinals and takes a Tyler Madsen pitch for a strike. 0-1 to Willmar. He'll be followed by the top 2 batters in the Alexandria order, Jackson Waltzing and Landon Guest-Norling.
Willmar just a couple of games and at-bats this season, 0 for 8 on the year, so looking for his first hit.
So it'd be a nice time now to get that. Pitch bounces at the plate to Willmar, as he faces Willmar. A lot of W's and R's there. So 2-1, the count now to Griffin Willmar. Next offering is in for a strike, and that evens things at 2-2. Tyler Madsen has given up a couple of hits, both with 2 outs in innings, and he has stranded those base runners. Next pitch is low and in. That fills the count out to Griffin Willmar at 3-2.
You know, if Griffin Willmar can really get on base here, if he's walked or what, getting to the top of the order as he is going to take a walk here. But now you got the top of the order with the leadoff runner on base, and this is the kind of inning where Alexandria can really, really take over.
Yep, and we're going to have a courtesy runner. John Botzett is going to come in to run at first for Griffin Willmar. So for the first time this evening, Alexandria has a leadoff batter on base. Jackson Waltzing 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch from Madsen is swung on, and this is hit to right field, a long way back, and that's going to be up against the base of the wall. Extra bases for Jackson Waltzing. He'll stroll into second with a double. Heading to third is John Botzett. Alexandria is in business here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 2 on and nobody out.
And that's why it's just so important, and it was such a good at-bat for Willmar just to work that walk and give the top of the order where the top of the order for Alexandria has been really good hitting this season. So just give them a runner on base, and they have done damage all year, and they can have these big innings.
Landon Guess-Norling steps in and takes a strike. It's 0-1. Looks like Willmar's going to play the middle infielders back at normal depth. The corner infielders about even with the respective bags. Here's a foul ball off the bat of Guess-Norling, and it's a count of 2 strikes. He's 0 for 1 tonight, having been retired on a grounder to short. Manson, with runners at second and third, will use a full windup here. Next pitch is a little bit upstairs. That double by Waltzing, Alexandria's 3rd hit tonight. The host Cardinals still looking for their first run. Here's the next pitch. It's a swing and a miss. And Landon Guess-Norling is down on strikes for the opening out.
Yeah, just threw that one right by him above, and but now you got a batter who, Brody Adelman, who's hit all season long. He's already got a hit here today.
Yep, that hit occurred back in the first inning. He swings and he hits one, and this is into the outfield. It's going to be a base hit. That's going to bring John Botsett in to score. Heading to third is Jackson Waltzing. So first pitch swinging. Brody Adelman singles to center, and Alexandria is on the board now, trailing by a score of 2-1.
Great swing there. Adelman really feeling good here tonight, and here comes this big inning that Alexandria desperately needs.
So the Alexandria Cardinals now have the potential tying run just 90 feet away. Representing that tying run is Jackson Waltzing, and Sam Anderson will step in, the Alexandria Cardinals cleanup hitter. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First offering on the way is upstairs, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Jackson Waltzing, the lead base runner at third. Brody Adelman on at first, and Adelman is a threat to run. Here's a pitch outside, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing here is you do have speed on both ends of the diamond, too. I mean, you got a fast runner at first base especially.
Now we've got a big cut by Sam Anderson, and he came up empty, and it's 2-1. Once we wrap up the bottom of the third inning, we'll have our mid-game report presented to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. Here's a pitch, and I believe a commit there by Sam Anderson. I don't think he thought he went around, but the plate umpire said, yep, you came across, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And I think Coach Jake Munch comes down a few steps out of the coaching area and maybe expressed his displeasure on that.
Yeah, I do think because they did call a similar play in the last inning against Willmar in the strikeout, so I'd assume that's why you don't like makeup calls. But that one was, and I think Coach Jake Munch has the best view of that play too.
And now a foul ball, and it's still 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sam Anderson. Now we've got to throw over to first, and back in safely is Brody Adelman. Adelman getting the RBI single moments ago. That's his 5th run batted in this spring. Now we've got a swing, and I believe it's going to be ruled strike 3. Adelman's going to take off to second. It will be a strikeout, and credit Brody Adelman with a stolen base.
Yeah, good play there. I realized the ball was in the dirt, and with that speed. So now it is 2 outs, but you've got runners in scoring position now, 2 of them.
And here comes Evan Zabel, the burly first baseman for the Alexandria Cardinals.
Yeah, it's just with a really good power threat here at the plate, too.
First offering drops in, a curveball for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Zabel hasn't hit a home run in a little while, but that means he's due.
Next pitch is outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Willmar leads by a run. We're in the bottom of the third. Alexandria has a tying run at third base, a potential go-ahead run at second. Tyler Manson's next pitch, swung on and missed. And it looks like Madsen's going to try to throw Zabel a diet of pitches away from the zone.
Yeah, and if you're Zabel, you got to realize that he's not going to give you something real great. And honestly, probably not something in the strike zone until you prove that you're not going to chase him.
Zabel fouled a pitch off, and I think it was Zach Iverson made a nice grab on the hop as that ball was coming toward the dugout. Next pitch is going to be chopped up the middle, and it's going to be knocked down, but it's going to be in play, and Alexandria is going to score 2 runs. So Evan Zabel does put the ball in play, and it's a seeing-eye safety for the Alexandria Cardinals, who go on top now by a score of 3-2.
Good swing there. Just got a little bit of it, but he got enough, and it got through, and that's a 2 RBI single for a 2 RBI single for Evan Zabel.
So that makes it a 3-2 lead for Alexandria. And that brings Parker Converse up to the plate where he takes upstairs for ball 1. That will be the 3rd hit of the inning for Alexandria. 2 of the 3 hits have scored runs. Strike is called to Converse, and it's a count of 1-1.
Converse was a ground-out victim in the 2nd inning. He's been hitting really good lately.
He has a healthy cut, but comes up empty here, and it's now 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Has just started as a hitter in 6 games this year, but he's got 5 hits in 12 at-bats. Make that 5 hits in 13 at-bats now.
He takes low and away, and it's a count of 2-2.
Asked for time there before the pitch, but it was a little late, so it was not granted.
2 balls, 2 strikes to designated hitter Parker Converse. Madsen's next offering is swung on and missed, and that's going to be a strikeout to retire the side. And that's going to lead us into our mid-game report, presented to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. The visitors from Willmar High School came into this game just 3-10 on the year, but the guests scored a couple of unearned runs against starting pitcher Griffin Wimmer in the top of the 1st inning. One scored on a throwing error. The second one scored on a wild pitch. Alexandria's had runners in every inning so far, but the host Cardinals were able to erupt with 3 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. A base hit by Brody Adelman was able to score courtesy runner John Botzett with the first Alexandria Cardinal run. And then later, Evan Zabel was able to come through with a 2-run single to plate the tying and go-ahead runs. And now Wimmer is on the plus side of a 3-2 Alexandria lead. The Alexandria Cardinals have out-hit the Willmar Cardinals to this point of the game by a 5-4 count. And that's where we stand right now. 3 earned runs for Alexandria against Tyler Madsen, the Willmar pitcher, in the bottom of the 3rd. So Wimmer is back on the hill, and we've got the top of the 4th next. That is your mid-game report, brought to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. Stay close for more Alexandria Cardinal baseball play-by-play.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
One thing I neglected to mention during our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report is that Evan Zabel had that 2-run base hit. He now has a team-leading 13 runs batted in this season. And those 2 runs on his single have given Alexandria the 1-run advantage. Gavin Banks leads off the 4th and takes out of the strike zone for ball 1.
Evan Zabel just seems like the kind of guy you want on your team, and luckily for Alexandria, he's on 3 teams who have had a lot of success this season, football, basketball, and now here baseball, but he just seems to come through in the big moments, and that was a big moment here for Alexandria in a game where it was a rough start, but it's really calmed down.
Yep, strike taken by Gavin Banks. Next pitch is going to be fouled back to the screen, and it's a count of 2-2. Nice crowd on hand here at Arnie Backus, Glenwood State Bank Field, inside Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. The Alexandria Cardinals lead the Willmar Cardinals 3-2. Alexandria looking for the regular season sweep over Willmar. Here's a pitch a bit off the plate, and the count is 3 balls, 2 strikes. Griffin Willmar had 4 full count deliveries last inning.
Make that 5 in a row now.
Yeah. So we have a 3 ball, 2 strike situation here. And the payoff on the way, and it's swung on and missed. And JP, I think you mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, a little high cheese being fed to Gavin Banks, and he couldn't catch up.
Yeah, and it's just the speed, and it's such a tempting pitch, too, and you have a hard time seeing the ball a little bit. You know, hitters, this is not an easy place to hit when the sun is going down, and I think Willmar is the perfect pitcher because that looks perfectly at eyesight.
And now we've got a ball that gets put into play, and it's going to be a base hit for the Willmar Cardinals, Reese Christensen. Or I'm sorry, no, he got retired. 2 out there in the top of the 4th inning. So 2 gone here, and Blake Ryman will be the batter. So Christensen did not wait to get the count full. He put 1 in play right away.
Yeah, we are a little blocked with the sun right here, so just a little harder to see that play, but retired there, so 2 outs.
Blake Ryman, a strikeout victim back in the opening inning, swings and misses here. Next offering, that one's going to be put into play, and Evan Zabel, the first baseman, will make the grab and run to the bag unassisted, so good response there by Griffin Willmar. Coming out to set down Willmar in order, 1-2-3. We've reached the midpoint of a 7-inning regulation game at Arnie Backus Glenwood State Bank Field inside Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. Your numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard: Alexandria 3, Willmar 2.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
Feel confident. Feel inspired. Embrace your unique beauty at 6th and Broadway Clothing. From expertly curated collections to personalized styling and color analysis services, you can embrace style as beautiful as you.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard, we build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday evening for Prep Baseball. It's Cardinals versus Cardinals. Willmar at Alexandria tonight, and here is the leadoff batter for the Alexandria Cardinals. Nolan Johnson putting 1 in play, and he'll be retired on a ground out, and there's 1 gone.
Yeah, Alexandria came out, got the opening runner in the top of the bottom of the 3rd, and get the opening runner on, get it to the top of the lineup, and they did their thing. They were able to score a couple, and Alexandria finally took the lead here.
3-2 our score. Lawton Kettleson swings and misses, and it's 1 strike. Kettleson was retired on the slow bouncer in front of the plate. It went as a catcher to first putout. Now we've got a pitch that comes off the glove of the catcher Braden Fagerly, but it's ruled strike 2. Tyler Madsen has struck out 6 batters. He has walked 1. Now he has struck out 7 batters as Kettleson swings and misses. So he's down on 3 pitches. 2 gone here in the last of the 4th inning. Interesting to note, JP, that 1 free pass that Tyler Madsen issued was the one that started the 3-run bottom of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, exactly, and it was from this guy right here, Griffin Willmar, as he steps in and looks at a ball right away here, too. So Alexandria did some damage with 2 outs in the last inning. Hopefully they can do the same here.
Cardinals from Alexandria Area High School up by a score of 3-2. Willmar scoring both of its runs in the first inning. Alexandria scoring all 3 of its runs in the third. 1-1 now to count to Griffin Willmar after fouling a pitch off. Madson's next offering kind of causes Willmar to tiptoe out of the way. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Next pitch is going to be hit to the right side, and that will be fielded by the Willmar Cardinals first baseman Alex Hoppe, and he'll make the run to the bag, and it's a 3-up, 3-down bottom of the 4th inning for Alexandria. To the 5th we go in Central Lakes Conference Varsity Baseball. On the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, it's Alexandria 3, Willmar 2.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
The Alexandria Cardinals have a 1-run lead in varsity baseball as we move to the top of the 5th inning. It is a 3-2 advantage for Alexandria. And the Willmar Cardinals will be sending up the top of the order.
Yeah, and it's been a hard out here for Willmar as Jordan Ellingson coming out there. He's 2 for 2 so far, 2 singles. Did score in the first inning.
Yep, Ellingson batting for the first time since reaching on an infield single in the second. He's got 2 of Willmar's 4 hits tonight. Griffin Willmar on the hill for Alexandria. First pitch is beaten to the left side and again fielded by the shortstop, but this time the throw over to first is good for the out, and there's 1 away.
Yeah, good play there. Good fielding there by Alexandria, who's really been a good fielding team all season long, but started a little bit in early, but getting it back together here.
So 1 gone for the Willmar Cardinals first baseman Alex Hoppe. Hoppe in the game is 1 for 2. I believe he reached on an infield single back in the first. Now he skies one right side, and I believe this one is going to be caught for out number 2. Kind of a shallow pop fly out to right field or right center field, and the catch made for the second out.
Yeah, quick couple of innings between these 2 teams. Both pitchers really getting in a groove. First, Willmar win 1-2-3. Then on the other side, Matson win 1-2-3 against the Cardinals. Alexandria Cardinals did that. Thought I can go the whole broadcast without doing that.
Yeah. Well, I like to say when you've got the teams with common nicknames, and it will happen next week when Alexandria plays at Coon Rapids, use the Willmar rules, which means no nicknames. Because like Alexandria, Coon Rapids High School has the nickname of the Cardinals, and Willmar has the Cardinals. Staples Motley has the Cardinals. Fairmont High School has the Cardinals. Laverne High School has the Cardinals. Redwood Valley High School is also nicknamed the Cardinals. Count here to Aiden Paulson works out to 2 balls and 1 strike. He was the last batter to get on base with an infield single. Now he fouls one back, and the count is 2-2.
Yeah, 1 for 2 here today. Did get on in the first, so he's been on both times.
Yeah, he has yet to be retired by the Alexandria starter Griffin Willmar. Now would be a good first time. 3-2 Alexandria, top of the 5th. Next pitch is a little bit outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count.
Yeah, I thought we were going to go a whole inning without a full count here, but We have yet to do that tonight.
So Griffin Willmar delivering a payoff pitch, and this one's going to be bounced to the left side, and it's going to be into shallow left field, and Aiden Paulson will continue his ability to get on base. That will be his second hit of the night.
Really good play, I believe. I lost track of the ball, but Adelman there at shortstop did make a really good play to avoid the ball going to the outfield, but just too far and too deep to make a play at first.
So this gives Tyler Madsen the opportunity to bat here in the top of the fifth inning. Potential tying run now on base for Willmar.
And Madsen trying to avoid the strikeout hat trick.
Yeah, you don't want that. Of course, Griffin Willmar would not mind recording the so-called strikeout hat trick, also known as the Silver Chalice.
That's what it is. I couldn't think of it on the spot.
Yep, but if we come to the occasion where we might see a batter strike out 4 times in a game, we'll then recognize that moniker. But here's Willmar throwing back over to first base to try to keep Aiden Paulson close. Paulson has actually advanced on base a couple of times with wild pitches, but he has not crossed the plate as of yet.
Another throw over there to first. Again, Willmar being a left-handed thrower, it's a little easier and a little trickier with the pickoff, but not a huge lead over at first base.
Alexandria up 3-2 in varsity baseball, top of the fifth inning. Griffin Willmar's pitch is upstairs. Runner taking off for second, and the throw will be in time. As Brody Adelman's able to put the tag on Paulson down at second base, that's going to go as a caught stealing, and that will retire the side. So for Willmar in the top of the fifth, no runs, 1 hit, no Alexandria Cardinal errors, and nobody left on base. Through 4.5 innings on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in Central Lakes Conference Varsity Baseball, it's Alexandria 3, Willmar 2.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow.
Garden Center features 34 lanes of bowling fun. Whether you're an avid bowler or just looking for a fun outing, add Garden Center lanes to your calendar and make it a fun date.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
We extend our appreciation to the boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports programming, helping to bring you our coverage tonight on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube, also on KXRA Radio and through the Voice of Alexandria app. JP Boldine and yours truly, DMAC, Dave McClurg at Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. Jackson Waltzing getting set for his third plate appearance against Tyler Madsen. And the first offering to Waltzing here is outside for ball 1. Landon Guest Norling is the on-deck batter, and then Brody Adelman will follow. Now we've got a pitch hit foul right side, and it's a count of 1 ball and 1 strike. Jackson Waltzing with one of the 5 Alexandria hits today, a double last time up. Now he swings and fouls one off, and the count is 1-2.
Yeah, it was an at-bat he really wanted to get back in the first as a strikeout, not his typical kind of at-bat, and then he got back and did his thing. He got a double.
And now he's going to swing and line one right side, and that is going to be foul. Oh, Waltzing was bidding for an extra base hit down into the corner, and it's ruled a foul, so it's going to be still 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, just got ahead of that one right there, and got a good swing on it, got a good contact. but foul ball.
So we'll do it again at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tyler Madsen winds up and delivers a bouncing ball left side. It'll be fielded by the third baseman. Throw to first is in time. Close play, but the third baseman, Reese Christensen, fielded it right near the bag and had that accurate throw across the diamond for out number 1.
That was a really impressive play. I mean, that's not it's a slow bouncer. It's kind of a half swing, and with the speed that Waltzing has, the top of the order here for Alexandria, that was as close as he gets, but it did just get in there in time.
Landon Guess-Norling will step in, and he takes upstairs from Tyler Madsen. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Guess-Norling 0 for 2 tonight with a ground out and a strikeout. He takes a strike here, and that evens things at 1-1. Alexandria leads by a run as we play the bottom of the 5th inning at Arnie Backus Glenwood State Bank Field inside Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. 2-1 now to count to Landon Guess-Norling, batting with 1 out, nobody on in the Alexandria 5th. Here's the next pitch. It's slow and in, and the count is 3-1. Madsen has recorded 7 strikeouts in 4 1/3 innings of work, and he has just walked his second batter, that being Landon Guess-Norling.
And that brings up Brady Adelman, who's been a hard out here for Madsen. 2 for 2 so far tonight, and he did have a single last inning. Well, at the 3rd inning, I should say.
Yep, and that single by Brody Adelman brought in the first Alexandria Cardinal run, so he's got the multi-hit game already guaranteed, but he would like to tack on a little bit more here. Throw goes over to first base, and back in is Jackson Waltzing. Or I'm sorry, Landon Guess-Norling, the base runner over at first. He does have a couple of stolen bases this spring. Here's a pitch in for a strike to Adelman, and it's a count of 0-1.
And Adelman's really been hitting all over the field. Hit one out to left center field and then one out to right as well today.
Short lead over at first by Landon Guess-Norling. And another throw goes over there. Close play, but Guess-Norling back in. Alexandria and Willmar each have 5 hits today. The Alexandria Cardinals have the lone error in the game, and that led to both Willmar runs being unearned in the top of the 1st. But Alexandria has battled back to take a 1-run lead. Now another throw goes over to first to keep Landon Guess-Norling close. Just a reminder that the Thursday game between Alexandria and Ricori, both JV and varsity, has been moved ahead at 24 hours. That will be going on tomorrow here at Canute because of the likelihood of rain on Thursday. Now, we will not be broadcasting the Alexandria Cardinal baseball coverage tomorrow. We had planned on doing the Thursday night broadcast, but unfortunately I've got some other things going on tomorrow, and so no media coverage. But we invite you to the ballpark. It is Alexandria Youth Baseball Night. JV at 4, varsity will follow shortly after 6. As we come back to the action, Brody Adelman able to work his way into scoring position as he has just stolen second base.
Yeah, Madsen spending a lot of time on him at first base, and the one time he didn't, Guess-Norling took off, and it was a close play at second, but was able to get onto the tag.
Yeah, so Landon Guess-Norling now with 3 successful stolen bases this year. So he's in scoring position. Adelman just swung at the last pitch, so count now 2-2. Then we've got a pitch that gets away from the catcher. One hops right back to the catcher Fagerly, but the wild pitch is going to move Landon Guess-Norling over to third base.
Now you're putting a lot of pressure here on Madsen after he spent a lot of time focusing on there, but still 2 outs here, need a big hit.
Next pitch, and that one swung on and hit left side, and that will be a foul. Or I'm sorry.
It's out to center field. It went over the head of center fielder.
Ah, geez. That's now it ends up being an extra base hit, and I think Brody Adelman will make his way all the way over to third base. And I'll admit, I'm looking right into the sun right now, so it's an adventure when balls get put into play, and that ends up being an RBI hit.
Yes, but he was also called out at third, which from this angle, I will say he did get under, but two stripes, so he's out there, so 2 outs.
And then we've got a ball that's put into play by Sam Anderson as he grounds it into right field for a 2-out single.
And that's where that really stinks, just because you would have scored another run there. But nonetheless, 4-2, Alexandria leads. They still got a runner on first now.
Yeah, and Brody Adelman, by the way, with his second run batted in with that 2-bagger to bring in Landon Gass-Norling.
Yeah, head coach Jake Munch was not happy about that call. And again, he had a great angle at it, too.
So here comes Evan Zabel to the plate for Alexandria. He was able to deliver a base hit last time up to plate the tying and go-ahead runs. That was in the bottom of the third. Alexandria 4, Willmar 2. Your scoreboard updates tonight brought to you by Glenwood State Bank. Now we've got a pitch that's hit out into left field, and that's going to be in for a hit. And that will move Sam Anderson up to second base. So Evan Zabel collects his second hit tonight.
And again with 2 outs here, too. That's his second 2-out hit. He's got 2 RBIs already today as well. But it looks like Sam Anderson will be able to advance to second, and we'll get a mound visit.
Yep, Tom DeBoer, the head coach of the Willmar Cardinals, coming out of the first base dugout. And try to slow the momentum down as Tyler Madsen has yielded a run in the bottom of the 5th inning. And if Brody Adelman wasn't out trying to stretch the double into a triple, it could be even more damaging. But Alexandria has collected a couple of hits this inning, actually 3 hits now, and 8 for the game.
Yeah, and they're doing a lot of damage here with 2 outs as well, which that's just, we've talked about it 100 times, just what good teams do.
Now it's Parker Converse with the plate opportunity here for Alexandria. And he swings and puts one into play, and this one is going to be in for another hit. Rounding third is Sam Anderson. He's going to come around to score, and Parker Converse gets on board with an RBI single. And it's now a 5-2 lead for Alexandria.
Good swing there. Converse been hitting the ball well here lately, batting over 400. That was 6th hit in 14 at-bats.
So the Alexandria Cardinals, bottom of the 5th inning, will continue, and Nolan Johnson will come to the plate. He had a double back in the 2nd inning and grounded to second last time up. First pitch upstairs for ball 1.
Yeah, filling in nicely here for Alexandria's usual starter, Boone Branson, who's been hitting the ball well, too.
Now we've got a ball hit to the right side. The second baseman for the Willmar Cardinals, Aiden Paulson, will make the play, and he'll throw over to first to retire the side. But the Alexandria Cardinals do some 5th inning damage to add to the lead. 2-run score on a total of 4 hits. No Willmar Cardinal errors and 2 runners left on base. New score after 5 full in Central Lakes Conference Baseball. On the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, it's Alexandria 5, Willmar 2.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
Feel confident. Feel inspired. Embrace your unique beauty at 6th and Broadway Clothing. From expertly curated collections to personalized styling and color analysis services, you can embrace style as beautiful as you.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. A-Guard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
As we come back to Arnie Backus, Glenwood State Bank Field at Knute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria, the Cardinals are going to make a pitching change, and that means a new first baseman. Jackson Bakeberg will be in the game at first, and I believe he will be in the number 9 spot in the batting order as Evan Zabel now goes to the mound. So Zabel moves from first base to the pitcher's mound, and Jackson Bakeberg now in as the first baseman.
Zabel pitched in the game 2 of that doubleheader against Detroit Lakes. Pitched pretty well, got hit around a little bit, but when he's in the groove, I mean, he throws hard, and it's hard to catch up with him when he's in that groove.
So we'll see if he can accumulate some outs and try to get Alexandria into the winner's circle for the 11th time in 15 games this year. The host Cardinals have a 5-2 lead. And the first batter that Evan Zabel will face is Tyler Madsen.
Yeah, Madsen obviously was at bat in the last inning in the top of the 5th, but was left there because of a caught stealing a really good throw from Nolan behind the plate for Alexandria.
First pitch is a ball, and it's 1-0. Next pitch fouled back, evening the count at 1-1. Madsen has yet to put the ball in play. He's got a couple of whiffs. Those came against the starter Griffin Willmar. Willmar unofficially 86 pitches in going 5 innings. 8 strikeouts. He walked 1 batter. 5 hits allowed, 2 runs, both unearned. So his ERA actually dropped during the course of his outing today at Knute. 1-1 here to Tyler Madsen. Evan Zabel winds up. Next pitch, swung on and missed. That almost looked to be a little bit of a change-up there from Evan Zabel.
That's just what makes him such a valuable pitcher here for Alexandria. He can throw really hard, and then he just got such a good off-speed.
And now we got a pitch that's hit to the left side, and it's going to be knocked down. Shortstop Brody Adelman throws to first, but it's going to be too late. And Madsen's going to be on with an infield single.
It's good contact. It was just a deep short there in the deep turf. So dirt-looking turf. I was going to say dirt, but it is turf. But the brown turf, a little deep in there and just not in time.
So Willmar now has its 6th hit today. I believe all of the Willmar Cardinals hits have been singles. Braden Fagerly steps in now and takes the strike. It is 0-1. Fagerly walked in the first and then struck out in the 3rd. Bakeberg holding on the runner, Tyler Madsen at first. Next pitch is right in there for strike 2 called.
Another really good looking breaking ball there by Zabel. He can get those in the zone.
So no balls and 2 strikes here to Braden Fagerly. Shadows now starting to cover much of Arnie Backus Glenwood State Bank Field here at Knute Nelson Memorial Park. For the radio and the media guys, we wouldn't mind if that sun goes down a little bit more. Here's a cut and a miss, and Braden Fagerly's down on strikes. There's 1 away here in the top of the 6th inning.
Yeah, great pitch there from Zabel, just tricking him up. It's a little different pace here. I mean, both Willmar and Zabel both throw hard, but a lot more, variety of pitches with Zabel as he's able to just slow it down with that really accurate breaking ball and then that changeup as well.
So 1 gone for Hudson Schoberg. And he has yet to put the ball in play. A couple of strikeouts here.
An interesting thing from Willmar here today is they've worked a lot of 3-ball counts, but they have not had a strikeout looking yet today, which I guess if you're going to go down with the K, it should be the right way.
Yep, going down swinging. So on the score sheet, if you do manually keep a score book, as JP and I like to do, those are regular Ks. If you come across a baseball or softball score sheet and it's a backwards K, that means the batter took a called third strike. 2-0 now to count to Hudson Schoberg. Evan Zabel's next pitch is fouled back, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, Zabel's kept his ERA this year down below 3 with a 2.28. He also, strikes out quite a bit. He's at 18 on the season. Just added one here today, but he's been a really good pitcher. And, looking back at that game that he started in Detroit Lakes, he was able to just come back from a couple of rough at-bats and get out of some stuff.
Yeah, and that win is part of his 2-0 resume this year. We had a pitch to Schoberg that was a strike. Madsen takes off for second and makes it ahead of the throw from Nolan Johnson. So he's now in scoring position with the count of 2-2.
Really good jump there from Madsen. Went right off the move from Zabel. And Johnson's already shown his great arm.
And now Zabel comes back and strikes out Hudson Schoberg. So he now has the silver chalice today. 3 strikeouts for the Willmar center fielder. And now Gavin Banks will bat.
Again with that really pretty looking breaking ball, that curveball right there, and just getting it in the zone, impossible to hit.
And now we've got a pitch fouled back to the screen, and it's 1 strike.
D-Mac, where'd you park today?
I parked over on Douglas Street, so far away from getting hit from any batted balls.
'Cause that one is going onto the street.
Well, no, I learned my lesson several years back. 0-1 the count to Banks. Next pitch, a little bit up and in, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, we wanted to let you know about a schedule change. The Thursday Alexandria Ricori JV and varsity baseball action will be played tomorrow. No coverage on KXRA Radio or on our YouTube channel. I've got some other things going on tomorrow night, so I will not be able to be here. But it is youth baseball night, so any youngster wearing an Alexandria youth baseball jersey or a Gus Strong t-shirt gets a free meal prior to the varsity game, plus gets to go on the field with the Alexandria varsity players for the national anthem. Count goes to 1-2, and then Gavin Banks takes a called third strike. After Evan Zabel yields an infield single, he strikes out the next 3 batters. We'll tell you more about youth baseball night later on during the Jutner Motors postgame report. But after 5.5 innings on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, it's Alexandria 5, Willmar 2.
I see generations who are passionate about.
Welcome to the spirit of Lake Town hospitality. Welcome to D. Mike's Resort Bar and Grill. From legacy locals, seasonal visitors, to traveling teams, you are our community. Come share in our rustic flavors, modern flair, and authentic roots. Legacy inspired, community infused.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com.
We welcome you back to our broadcast coverage from Arnie Backus Glenwood State Bank Field at Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. JP Boline and yours truly, D-Mac Dave McClurg. The Alexandria Cardinals will go to their bench to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning as Connor Anderson has grabbed a bat, and he will hit for Lawton Kettleson. Connor Anderson getting his first plate appearance here in this game. Limited at bat so far this spring. He swings and fouls one at the plate. It's 1 strike.
And it looks like on the on-deck circle, Jackson Bakenberg, who stepped in for the last inning, I should say, at first base for Zabel, who's now pitching.
Yep, so Bakeberg is in that number 9 spot in the batting order. Swing and a miss against Tyler Madsen. It's 0-2 now to Connor Anderson. And then he takes a little bit low, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. 5-2, Alexandria with the lead, bottom of the 6th. The visiting Willmar Cardinals scored 2 in the top of the first inning, and the pitching of Griffin Wimmer and Evan Zabel have held the visitors off the board since. Here's a pitch that misses the strike zone, and it's 3-2 now to Connor Anderson. Alexandria has scored a couple of crooked numbers, 3 in the 3rd inning and then 2 more in the 5th. Now we've got a pitch, and that one is hit out into shallow center field. That's going to be a base hit for Connor Anderson.
His first hit here of the season and his first at bat as well. So congratulations to Connor Anderson.
Yep, so he is on first base, and Jackson Bakeberg will come up. I think we're going to have a pinch runner now for Anderson at first as Caden Zelasco will come in. So Caden Zelasco is now on at first for Alexandria. Coach Jake Munch going a little bit deeper on his bench here. Of course, he has, I believe, close to 20 guys that he can use. I think he lists 9 reserves, and then he's got 10 in the order, including a designated hitter. First pitch is fouled off, and it's 1 strike.
Bakeberg tried to lay down a bunt there, trying to advance Zelasco there at first base.
So 0-1 to Jackson Bakeberg.
Another left-handed batter here in this Alexandria lineup as well.
Yeah, Tyler Madsen, the Willmar right-handers, had to face a lot of lefties in the lineup. Here's a throw over to first base, and Zelasco is back in safely. Alexandria 5, Willmar 2. The host Cardinals have out-hit the visiting Cardinals 10-6. Alexandria has the lone error, and that factored into Willmar scoring in the top of inning number 1. Bunt attempt here. It's bunted to right side. Fielded by the pitcher, Madsen. Throw to first, and it's a close play, but I believe the batter is going to be retired, and that will be a sacrifice bunt.
Yeah, that was a really good bunt, just about perfect. Just about beat it out, but a good play there by the pitcher, and a good sacrifice bunt advances Zelasco there to second base.
Yep, and I believe that's the 8th successful sacrifice bunt for the Alexandria Cardinals this year. And now Jackson Waltzing swings and hits one right side foul. Yeah, Alexandria has done a nice job at little ball this year. 8 successful sacrifice bunts and 7 sacrifice flies, and that's in the first 14 games of the year.
Yeah, it just shows, how good the coaching staff is for Alexandria. I mean, last year you had a power guy who, you get anybody on base, it seems like he's putting one over the fence in Kunau. And, this year you don't have Kunau. He graduated, and you got a couple of players who can put the ball out of the ballpark, but also a lot of speed on this Alexandria team. And small ball is excellent for speed on the base paths.
Foul ball off the bat of Jackson Waltzing makes the count 0-2. Tyler Madsen delivers a pitch, and this one's going to be put in play. It's going to be fielded by the shortstop, Jordan Ellingson, and the throw to first is going to be too late. I believe it's going to be a base runner for Alexandria at first as Jackson Waltzing beat it.
Yeah, I believe it might have gone away from them, but not too much because Zelasco there at third will stay at third, but I'm wondering how it'll be scored here.
I think it's ruled an infield single.
Okay.
So runners at first and third for Landon Gass-Norling. He takes upstairs, ball 1.
Gass-Norling's been on base once here today. He's got a strikeout and a ground out, but does have a stolen base and scored as well.
Yeah, the one time he reached was last inning on a walk. And it's interesting, Tyler Madsen has walked only 2 batters in this game, and both have come around to score. It's a 5-2 Alexandria lead, bottom of the 6th. And now we've got a throw over to first, and
he got him.
And, yep, it looks like Jackson Walton got picked off. That's unfortunate for Alexandria there.
Yeah, I think he was definitely going
Leaning.
there, and just a little too far. A really good pickoff from Madsen, who's a right-handed pitcher, so it's a little slower, but it was quick.
So 1 ball, no strikes, and then Landon Gass-Norling takes a strike, and it's now a count of 1-1. So it may take a 2-out hit or possibly a wild pitch for Alexandria to increase the lead. The host Cardinals up 5-2. Here's a pitch, a little bit outside, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, and if you're Alexandria and you're Gass-Norling, you really want to get on base to get Brody Adelman on base, or up to bat, I mean.
And we do have a ground ball hit to the right side. The second baseman for Willmar, Aiden Paulson, makes the play. Throw to first retires Landon Gass-Norling. Promising threat got squelched a little bit with a runner being picked off. So for Alexandria in the bottom of the 6th inning, no runs, 2 hits. No Willmar Cardinal errors, and 1 runner was left on base. Last ups for the visitors. Willmar needs at least 3 to extend this game to the bottom of the 7th. Through 6 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, it's Alexandria 5, Willmar 2.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Jetner Motors, your best price dealer. Make it Jetner Motors, your best price.
Yeah, I thought.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
We move to the top of the 7th inning. Willmar down by 3 runs, and the Willmar Cardinals will send up hitters 8, 9, and 1 in the order. That would be Reese Christensen, Blake Ryman, and Jordan Ellingson. The 3 batters combined have combined to go 2 for 7, but Christensen and the on-deck hitter Blake Ryman both 0 for 2 today. And now Reese Christensen facing Evan Zabel, and he takes a strike.
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, it would be what Willmar wants is to get at least one of these batters on, at least for Jordan Ellingson to get on, to get up without 2 outs and win one on, because he's hitting the ball really well here today.
And it looked like Christensen was backing out of the way, and I thought they initially ruled a foul ball, but maybe it was just a pitch inside. And now we've got a pitch that's going to be fouled off.
So I'm assuming, because it does, I think I'm seeing 0-2 the count. So I wonder if he went when he was dodging that pitch.
Right, yeah. So 2 strikes here to Christensen leading off the 7th. Evan Zabel trying to notch the save for Griffin Wimmer. Alexandria leads 5-2. We've had 3 half innings in which runs have been scored. Here's a curveball in for strike 3 called. And Reese Christensen is out number 1 here in the top of the 7th. 4 consecutive Willmar Cardinal batters have struck out against the junior right-hander Evan Zabel.
That was a trickster kind of curveball there. It absolutely fooled Christensen. It looked like it was coming right at him and just dropped right into the zone. A beautiful pitch there from Zabel.
Blake Ryman will not bat here. It's Conlon Carlson in as the pinch hitter for Willmar. And he swings, hits one out to short. Brody Adelman makes the play, throw over to first, and there are 2 gone.
Great play there.
So 2 up, 2 gone for the Willmar Cardinals. And we go back to the top of the order, and Jordan Ellingson will try to keep the game going for the visiting Willmar Cardinals.
2 for 3 here today. Did ground out to third in his last at bat back in the 5th. But this is what you wanted if you're Alexandria, because if he gets a base hit, you got 2 outs. I mean, it's okay. Now he's not going to threaten scoring a run right now. So
we do appreciate you watching the broadcast on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube, and listening on People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM. Also available through the Voice of Alexandria app, powered by Mission Mechanical, Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Willmar has 1 out to play with here as Alexandria leads 5-2, trying to seal win number 11 on the year. Big cut and a miss, and Jordan Ellingson now down to his last strike. Ellingson had a couple of hits to start the game. He's 2 for 3 overall. He's got 1/3 of Willmar's hit total here. Next pitch is swung on, and this is skied in the air out into shallow left center field, and the catch is going to be made. I think.
They say foul ball.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how.
Yeah, I thought the ball was put into play, and
well, what I'm assuming he happened is, I guess it hit the plate, and but that was a high fly for.
Yeah, so evidently the 3rd out has not been recorded as of yet. So I don't know if what precipitated it.
Yeah, because Ellingson didn't run at all, so he thought it right away. So I'm assuming it just hit, home base or in foul territory and just bounced because it's turf. So
yeah,
it's
and the turf has some spring to it. So
and it looks like that's what they're ruling.
So we'll do it again at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, maybe Evans Abel can counter by getting a strikeout here. Next pitch is a swing and a foul ball back.
Zabel bringing in a little double leg pump, too, while he's up on one leg, trying to throw the timing off of Ellingson.
Alexandria up by 3 as we play the 7th inning. Next pitch, again fouled back by Jordan Ellingson. So still 1 ball, 2 strikes. The banks of lights are on here at Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. Of course, nature providing its own sunlight today. No clouds in the sky at all. Here's another 1-2, and it's swung on and again fouled back. So Jordan Ellingson is getting his money's worth here in what might be his final plate appearance of the night. The Alexandria Cardinal fans are hoping it is Jordan Ellingson's final plate appearance of the night.
And that's 4 straight foul balls.
So the count rides along at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch, and it's bounced to the left side. Jackson Waltzing will make the play. Throw across the diamond is in time. And that's the ball game, as Jordan Ellingson will be retired on a ground ball, 3rd to 1st. And a win for the Alexandria Cardinal baseball team. Evans able to get a 3-up, 3-down, top of the 7th inning. Tonight's final on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard reads Alexandria 5, Willmar 2. The win raises Alexandria's record to 10-2 in the Central Lakes Conference, 11-4 overall, prior to the Alexandria Youth Baseball Night, now rescheduled for tomorrow evening on Wednesday here at Canute Nelson Ballpark in Alexandria. The Willmar Cardinals fall to 3-8 in the Central Lakes Conference with an overall mark of 3 wins and 11 defeats. Alexandria goes 2-0 against their Candido County rivals with the common nickname, and that gives Alexandria some favorable positioning for the upcoming Section 8 AAA baseball playoffs, which start 2 weeks from today. Again, the final, Alexandria 5, Willmar 2. For our studio engineer back at KXRA, Steve D., we will take that top 7th inning play-by-play break and add it to the bottom 7th inning. So we're about 3 minutes or so from getting rolling with our post-game report, brought to you by Juttner Motors of Alexandria. But right now, along all of our late media platforms, we hear these words from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinals sports programming.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing.
America's best checking for students. Visit www.bell.bank/student checking to learn more. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new and used equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best. Piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
You've seen them, craved them. You've voted them the best. Their Smoke and Brews and Q's get their unreal smoked barbecue for catering, drop-offs, or events.
Hi, this is Schmitty from Smoke and Brews and Q's. Our obsession is the meat. Our passion is what makes it great.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, Rx Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
Precision Auto reminds you to plan for the inevitable, the change of weather and its impact on your vehicle. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust the precision of a pro. Precision Auto. On 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
North Central International. Heavy-duty truck service on long haulers, dump trucks, buses, and specialized heavy-duty rigs. Medium and heavy-duty parts and accessories for all makes of trucks. Just south of I-94 and Highway 29 South in Alexandria.
Pomp's Tire Service has solutions for tired tires. Whatever your tire choice, make Pomp's your choice. Brakes, wheel alignments, factory maintenance, shocks, and struts. Pomp's has your service needs covered. Pomp's, we know tires and service. You should know Pomp's.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving.
I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Welcome back to Arnie Backus, Glenwood State Bank Field, inside Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. And our post-game report brought to you by Juttner Motors of Alexandria. Good news for the Alexandria Cardinal baseball team. They are able to extend their win streak to 3 consecutive games. Alexandria fell behind early with a couple of unearned runs, but the host Cardinals were able to come back. A 3-run bottom of the 3rd inning gave Alexandria the lead, and then Alexandria would tack on with 2 more in the bottom of the 5th inning, and ultimately Alexandria would go on to win by a final score of 5-2, and that gives Alexandria the regular season sweep over the Willmar Cardinals, and Alexandria now at 10-2 in the Central Lakes Conference with an overall record of 11-4. Again, our thanks to Juntner Motors for presenting our post-game report. I do anticipate that we'll have a Alexandria Cardinal player coming upstairs to join us in a little bit. We do appreciate you joining us, whether you're listening on KXRA Radio and also watching on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. You can access that by going to our website at voiceofalexandria.com. The line totals in this game, Alexandria would finish with 5 runs on a total of 11 hits. Alexandria had 1 error. The host Cardinals left 6 base runners on in today's game. The Willmar Cardinals would go with 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and Willmar ended up stranding 5 base runners today. Griffin Willmar pitched the first 5 innings for Alexandria, and he gets the win on the hill. Evan Zabel comes out, throws 2 scoreless innings while recording a total of 4 strikeouts along the way. Zabel did yield an infield hit to Tyler Madsen, the first batter that he faced in the 6th inning, but then set down 6 consecutive batters to notch the save, and he saves the victory for Griffin Willmar as Alexandria secures the win. Again, the final score, Alexandria 5, Willmar 2. And the Alexandria Cardinals now have won 3 consecutive games since their loss last Tuesday to the Sartell Sabres, and Alexandria now stands at 11-4. And again, we're anticipating a visit by one of the Alexandria varsity baseball players upstairs after the game. But J.P. Boline will bring you in the conversation. I know that you've got the camera focused on me right now for our YouTube feed, but your impressions of this Alexandria win?
Yeah, I mean, it was impressive just because the start they got off to, it was an error, and then a couple of little mistakes, and just trying to get out of that inning, allowing Willmar, who they've struggled this year, lost 5 straight previous, now make it 6, but get an early lead, a 2-run lead, and bounce back, and that's what they've done. I mean, this is a team that creates big innings from the small ball. They've got speed, they've got the pop, and I mean, they've got good bats, they've got good pitching as well. I mean, that was an impressive outing from Zabel, who really shut the door, and it was a really good outing from Willmar as well. I mean, he maybe a little struggle at the beginning, but really settled in and just, he threw a lot of pitches, but that's some pitchers' thing. More pitches, it's a weird thing. I know the more pitches, the less you'll pitch the game, but sometimes that's just how they thrive. And he would get into 3-ball counts, and I think he only walked 1 or 2. So it was a good outing pitching. It was a good hitting performance at big times with 2 outs, and those are the kind of days that you want as a team.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm just looking at my score sheet here, and I don't know if Griffin's going to be the one coming up as our post-game guest. I saw some stirring around just a short time ago, but I think 6 times in today's game, including 4 alone in the 3rd inning, Griffin Willmar had 4 3-ball, 2-strike counts, and yet with the high pitch count number, JP, he only walked the 1 batter in 5 innings of work.
Yeah, and I mean, it just shows, the resilience and those kind of pitchers. I mean, almost when they're under pressure, they work better, and it can be those minute little under pressure moments where it's an at-bat. It's not, bases loaded with 1 out under pressure. It's, you have 3 balls, and it's just an at-bat under pressure, and he just thrives in that, it looks like. And he threw the ball hard. His high fastball was really working against Willmar. Even when Willmar was able to put the ball in play, a lot of times it was a late swing, and it was soft at bat, soft hits. So it was just a really good outing from Willmar, and I believe it was his first outing, his first starting game this year. So an impressive one at that.
Yeah, Griffin Willmar came into today's game. He had limited varsity pitching innings this year, I believe 3.1 his numbers coming in, but he would end up going the first 5, and ultimately he would get the victory, and he now has a record of 1-0. And his earned run average was 2.1. That goes down because the 2 runs that he allowed in today's game end up being unearned. So the Alexandria Cardinals get the victory. Again, Alexandria now at 10-2 in the Central Lakes Conference. The overall record stands at 11-4. And JP, nice to see the Alexandria baseball team actually, collect a W on this turf, because this was only Game 7 at Knute Nelson Memorial Park this year, and still, even with this victory, Alexandria is below the 500 mark at Knute. Let me.
There we go. Yeah, I know it sounded bad, but no.
well, you set your headset mic, and I wanted to, try to kill the audio there, and then I forgot to revive the audio.
That's all right. Yeah, that's a surprising stat. I didn't realize that coming into today, but it's your home field, and it's starting to get warm. It's really warm today, but probably won't be this hot come sections and later on this year, but. You got a couple more games here at Alexandria at the Knute Nelson Field, so just one more in Marshall, one more away game before you got sections, so better get cozy and start winning.
Yeah, actually, the Cardinals from Alexandria are scheduled to be on the road all week next week. That's lining up to be a 3-game week now, with at Moorhead on Monday, at Marshall on Tuesday, and at Coon Rapids on Thursday. So, but this week, they're at home. But we did want to let you know, before we do go to the break here, the Thursday evening Ricori Alexandria JV varsity baseball action, that has been moved ahead 24 hours. So tomorrow, the JV game will begin at 4 o'clock. Varsity will follow shortly after 6 p.m. We had planned on doing broadcast coverage of the game Thursday night. Unfortunately, because of some different factors, we will not be doing the broadcast tomorrow night, either on KXRA Radio or through the YouTube channel. I've got some other things going on tomorrow night. Looking ahead, Friday evening, Alexandria is scheduled to host Little Falls. JP's got some activities going on, some special events that night, which are going to keep him out of the area for the weekend and everything. So this likely will be our last broadcast of Alexandria Cardinal baseball, at least through all of the latent media platforms during the regular season. We do anticipate bringing you more Alexandria Cardinal baseball when the section tournament gets underway later on in May. So we're going to take our final break here during the Jutner Motors postgame report. If we have the opportunity to visit with an Alexandria Cardinal player, we will do so. And if not, then we'll wrap up our coverage on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube and also on KXRA Radio. Again, Alexandria gets the victory in varsity baseball. It's the Alexandria Cardinals 5, the Willmar Cardinals 2. And now we'll check out these messages from the boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports programming.
What's your number?
I drove 60 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
I drove 45 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Feel confident. Feel inspired. Embrace your unique beauty at 6th and Broadway Clothing. From expertly curated collections to personalized styling and color analysis services, you can embrace style as beautiful as you.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard, we build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing.
America's best checking for students. Visit www.bell.bank/student-checking to learn more. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted Best Real Estate Company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new and used equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best, piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center, for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
And I believe we're going to be rejoining the radio coverage in about 30 seconds or so. We had a pretty good broadcast until we got to the post game, and then my main radio broadcast unit went haywire. So we're able to do the connection and basically lean on our YouTube feed right now for transferring that audio to KXRA Radio. But we will be rejoining the radio momentarily. Once again, back at Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria, the Cardinal baseball team gets the victory over the Willmar Cardinals by the final score of 5-2. Alexandria, 5 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, 6 runners left on base. And the Willmar Cardinals go with 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. And Willmar ended up stranding a total of 5 base runners. Willmar now has lost 6 consecutive games to go to 3-8 in the CLC. 3-11 overall. Alexandria now with 3 consecutive wins to go to 10-2 on the year, and the Alexandria overall record now stands at 11-4. Time to make our selection of the Quality Toyota Cardinal Athlete Player of tonight's game, being brought to you by Quality Toyota of Fergus Falls. How far would you drive for a great deal from Quality Toyota? What's your number? You can check out their selection online at qualitytoyota.net, or if you're visiting Fergus Falls, you can check out their showroom located on West Lincoln Avenue. And J.P. Boleen, as we kind of discussed some of the players that we thought were worthy, I go to the number 3 spot in the batting order, and it seemed like in the 2 innings where Alexandria was able to make some meaningful scoring, that being the bottom of the 3rd and the bottom of the 5th inning, Brody Adelman was very instrumental in those uprisings.
Yeah, he was huge. I mean, an RBI single back in the 3rd, but he was the only one to get a hit in the 1st, and it might have struck a little light in an inning where they're coming off a 2-0 deficit and just trying to get back in the game. But yeah, going back to the 3rd, he had that RBI single, and then another RBI double in the 5th. I think it should have been a triple. It means nothing now, but he was called out trying to make it a triple at third base, but an RBI double there. So just a really good night from Adelman, who's had a really good year. And we've seen the defenses as well throughout the years. Honestly, they're at shortstop for Brody, and he's been excellent in the field, excellent with the bat. He's played all 14 games this year. He's a .318 at batting average. That's going to go up today with 3 for 3. But yeah, I mean, he's got 6 RBIs now on the season, RBI I should say, and yeah, it's just been a really good season for him. It was a really good game.
Very good. So Brody Adelman, the shortstop for the Alexandria Cardinals, our selection as the Quality Toyota Cardinal Athlete Player of tonight's game. Again, number 3 hitter in the order, and he was able to produce RBI hits in both the 3rd inning when Alexandria scored 3 runs to take the lead, and then 2 in the 5th inning when Brody Adelman knocked in the first of the 2 Alexandria runs in that half inning. J.P. Boleen, I know that you and I will be teaming up for additional broadcast coverage. Our first softball broadcast in the postseason will be next Tuesday when Alexandria begins play in the Section 8 AAA tournament. That will be audio only for the sections for both baseball and softball. But your final thoughts on tonight's outing? I must say it's great to be back at Canute Nelson Ballpark. I know the sun provided a major challenge, but Judy Backus, who helps out with the Alexandria Baseball Association, she did mention eventually we will have some shields in that hopefully will make it a little more palatable to view through the windows because they do look off to the west, and you're looking off into the sun during the summer months.
Yeah, it's a beautiful view, but when you got clear skies, yeah, it's a little challenging sometimes, and wherever you put the press box is going to be that way. So has nothing to do where it is. It's just the sun being the sun. I'd rather have clear skies than a thunderstorm roll in and we had no ball game. But, it was a beautiful facility, of beautiful additions that they've made here. Not just the press box, but the painting that they've done, the just upgrades all around this field. It's been a huge part of this community, and it's been really, really awesome to be coming here and doing the broadcast. But tonight's game it just showed, the resilience of this team. They know that they were better than their opponent. They may have started a little slow, may have, had a little too much confidence right away, but they dug in and, showed their patience at the plate and able to get a couple of big hits and big moments. Some players who have really stepped up this year in Evan Zabel, both on the mound and in the box. I mean, batting average isn't super high, but he's leading the league in RBIs. He's got a couple of home runs as well. He just brings so much to this team, and so does a lot of players on this team. This is a really talented team, a really fast team, and excited to see this team into the playoffs.
Very good. We will look forward to picking up more Alexandria Cardinal baseball coverage in the section tournament probably toward the end of May. I know that you do have a little bit of overlap with the final rounds of section softball and the first rounds of section baseball. The good part is, with Alexandria being in its last year in Section 8 AAA for both baseball and softball, it is true double elimination for all the teams involved. So we know that the Alexandria baseball team is guaranteed a minimum of 2 postseason games. Same holds true for the Alexandria Fast Pitch softball team. JP, again, thank you for the terrific work on our YouTube broadcast tonight. Always great to work with you.
Thank you, D-Mac.
That is J.P. Boleyn. He is my broadcast partner for Alexandria Cardinal softball and baseball, and he is the main man behind the camera. And this will end up being our last YouTube broadcast of the 2024-25 school year. We've been able to bring you a large majority of regular season athletic contests featuring Alexandria football, soccer, volleyball, and girls swimming in the fall season, boys swimming, wrestling, gymnastics, basketball, and hockey during the winter, and selected broadcasts of Alexandria baseball and softball during the spring season as well. From this point forward, we will have radio coverage on KXRA. Section 8 AAA Fast Pitch Softball featuring the Alexandria Cardinals will be on the air next Tuesday. We will give you the details on game time once we are made aware of that. And then we will begin after Memorial Day broadcast coverage of Section 8 AAA baseball featuring the Alexandria Cardinals. Again, for the remainder of the week, the Alexandria varsity JV baseball schedule coming up next has been rearranged. No baseball on Thursday because of the anticipated rain in the forecast. So youth baseball night here at Canute will be tomorrow. 4 o'clock JV game. Varsity will follow sometime shortly after 6, maybe around 6:15 or so. Any youth baseball player in the Alexandria community wearing a youth baseball jersey will get a free meal prior to the varsity game tomorrow night. A hot dog basket is going to be served up for the young people. Any youngster wearing a Gus Strong t-shirt will also get that ballpark meal tomorrow night. The young people, once the varsity warm-ups are done, the youth will be allowed onto the baseball field to stand with the Alexandria varsity baseball players prior to the playing of the national anthem. Again, Thursday's schedule moved ahead 24 hours to tomorrow. JV game at 4, varsity to follow shortly after 6 p.m. Unfortunately, because I've got other commitments tomorrow, we will not have any late media coverage of the Alexandria Cardinal baseball versus Ricori. We do wish the Cardinals good luck as they try to go 2 for 2 against the resurgent Ricori Spartans, who I believe have just 2 losses all year. One of those was to Alexandria earlier at Springers Park in Cold Spring. And then right now, the Friday game with Little Falls still on the schedule, as is. 4 p.m. JV game, varsity to follow at 6:30. That is weather permitting. And again, the weather Looks pretty ugly for Thursday and Friday, but you know what? We need the rainfall. We've been very, very dry. That's why you get red flag warnings being issued day after day, is because the humidity is low and there's no precipitation, and then you've got the winds and the high temperatures as well. But that's going to do it from Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. We thank you for joining us for our coverage, whether it be on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube or on KXRA Radio. Steve D has been our KXRA studio engineer. And for JP Boline, I am DMAC Dave McClurg. Your final again in varsity baseball. Alexandria falls behind early, but the host Cardinals come back to defeat the visiting Willmar Cardinals 5-2.